Hi, just thought I'd report in on my latest adventure. I've just been out cycling. It was looking to be a nice day in Melbourne, and some of you who know Melbourne know that you get 4 seasons in one day. So, well, today I left at 14 degrees and I come back and it's 27. So no more puffer jacket, arm things, and I'm boiling hot. But the extra adventure that I had today was that I had a new experience with a dangerous Australian animal. Now you can see on my helmet I've got all the stuff, paraphernalia, to keep magpies away at this time of year when they're nesting. So I've escaped the season so far the last 2 months with no magpie attacks. However, today I got attacked by a grey butcherbird. Now this bird, I'd never even know what it was, but I found another cyclist who told me what it was. And if I turn sideways, you can see it swiped right down my nose. I've ended up with a bleeding nose for about half an hour. So it came barreling down. It was so aggressive, it just backed. I'm surprised the thing didn't get concussion when it hit me. And apparently I've looked up this grey butcherbird, and it is described as a ruthless, aggressive predator which impales small birds, animals and reptiles. And I've heard that also, I saw that and someone else told me too, that it takes its prey up into a tree and then it hacks at it, or it impales its prey on barbed wire and then it eats it to death and all that. So this was a very interesting cycle. Now naturally I came home another way, and I'm going to be, has that put me off cycling? No. With previous magpie experiences I've just taken precautions on my helmet, and fortunately I've had nothing happen this season, and only mild things happen in the past. But now I know where this grey butcherbird is, and the cyclist I spoke to did say that he was there last year as well. So this other cyclist was telling me he had a full visor, with a welding helmet on, to stop him hitting its face. In the end, he's like, "It's not worth it because, wearing a full visor cycling along." So he takes an alternative route, which I shall be doing for the next 2 or 3 weeks at least, to make sure the season is over. So has this put me off cycling? No. Just means that I've learned another thing about Australian nature, and I know where this thing resides. So in August, September, October, I am going to be avoiding that area for probably forever. So keep cycling, keep at it. I mean, this is nothing compared to when you fall over and smash your face in. So it's only a surface scratch, so I will live. It's not going to put me off cycling, especially on such a beautiful day like today. Now I just thought I'd show you my helmet. So this is what I do to keep the magpies away. You can see it's got a couple of eyes on the back because magpies usually attack from behind, and that's a common strategy in Australia. Have kids going to school or whatever, to put eyes on the back of an ice cream container on their heads during those breeding months. So it's fully covered with spikes, looks like an alien, and has been good to deter the magpies, but not so much the butcherbird. Well, since I was attacked by that butcherbird, I've discovered quite a bit. I found a website called magpiealert.com, and unbeknownst to me, there was over 4,000 magpie attacks in Australia this season, and over 500 injuries. And it shows on the map where people have been swooped by magpies or birds, and where they've actually been injured. So they've made physical contact and created an injury. So that's only, of course, the ones that know about this website that have, let people know of an incident. So sometimes the council is putting up a sign saying, be careful of magpies. I think it'd be a better idea in some areas if they actually roped it off. But maybe you're not in Australia, maybe you're somewhere else, and you do have the same thing happen. I had no idea that there were so many attacks, and this was such a common thing with the magpies. But then I'm living in a city now where there seems to be a lot more magpies and other birds, because it was a butcherbird that got me. So for next year, next season, now it also shows on the website what the peak months are. So not only how many swoops, how many injuries, where they happen, so you can actually look close to you and see where the magpies are. You can see where the ones that are a bit more dangerous are. So I am going to look at for next year exactly the 6 weeks or 8 weeks where the swoops are happening, especially where I got attacked. It seems to be that everyone there was injured. So I will just avoid that during those couple of months, make sure I cycle where there aren't any swoops. I mean, I have been lucky this year. I only had the one incident, so I don't know whether there's still a lot of controversy whether the things on your head work or the eyes on the back work. Some people say put flashing lights on the back, but it's not going to put me off cycling. I may not cycle as much during those months when they've got their young and they're doing all the swooping, avoiding the ones that are recorded online. So check out close to you if you have a bird swooping problem, and just be guided, avoid those months, go around it, and that's it. Just keep cycling. It's just nature doing its course, protecting their young. Okay, happy cycling. Remember, anything's better than nothing, and have fun. Thanks for watching Over 50, So What? This channel is for people over 50 who want to have some fun and live life to the max. If you want some tips and inspiration, be sure to hit subscribe and like our Facebook page. We'd love to hear your comments and your stories about the topics of this video, so please leave them below or on our Facebook page. Life is short. Go out and live it. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?